Hey guys, welcome to the Dion Gaming channel. Today we're going to go back into the MTG Arena. And not only that, I'm going to actually use my dump deck. My dump deck only has 4 creatures, and it's made out of instant sorcery, artifact, enchantment, planeswalker. It's not meant to win, but I have won so many matches with this deck. Now, the thing is that when it's deck is because I either get to pull out one of those old combos that takes long to pull out. My opponent rages because the match is taking too long. He can't kill me, and I'm not going to kill him until I pull that combo. Or I counter everything that he has. He plays a care, I counter it. He plays another card, I destroy it. That really pisses off people a lot. So in the match, it actually takes about this one. It took about start up the match, and I'm like, ugh. So that's why I cut it into the first match real quickly, and then I actually start with the black deck with a good hand, a great hand, by the way. I started because I had Search of Arcansans. So again, just skip that part. The match starts. I got Guild Gates. Of course, it's not straight up something you can use, but I'm fine. I can start slow. I already have a mana. Search of Arcansans. That allows me to look at the top card if I want it. It's Scribe, by the way. I look at the top card. If I want it, I can put it on the bottom deck. If I don't, I can just leave it on the top, and I can draw that card. I do it. I get that mana. I get to my third card. So again, I'm looking at him to see where he's going with this. He already seems like he has life points, first strike creatures, and maybe pump creatures. So I'm going to let it go a bit. And when I see the mentor into the field, I'm going to destroy the mentor. When he attacks, if something is like, I think either equal or less power, he can give them a counter, and that gives him +1/+1, which makes him stronger. So I destroy that immediately. I see another mana with my Search of Arcansans, and I go right ahead and end my turn. Now he knows I have destroying spell cards, but the next spell cards is what pisses him off, really off, because he knows what type of deck this is. This is basically a counter deck. But again, he thinks I can actually win with the deck, but I can only win if I pull out my counter, which takes too long, or or he just pretty much quits right after that. So I wait around, and there he is. He quits. He knows anything that's going to be summoned is going to get destroyed and countered. Now, he didn't saw the counter, but he saw blue cards. Blue cards is counter. Fire cards is burn deck, burn straight to the face with haste. Green cards stump. They go big real fast. And white cards, life link, and can have some pumps, and the combination of all that can have like a lot of good strategy. So I go into Reddit while I wait, because it didn't end in 2 minutes. I thought it was gonna be 2 minutes, so I went to Reddit, type a little bit in here, and I might go back into it when I finish the video. And then I looked at it. I have 2 black and everything. I need a blue. I need blue to play this mulligan to that shit. Go down to 6 cards. I get to Scribe to look at the top of my card. When I mulligan down to 6 to see if I keep it. I don't like it. I put it on the bottom of my deck, and I start the game. Now I actually draw another land, but it's all tapped, so I start very slow. So I use my first one, and though I could have used later and they pay 2 life points, I'm like, that's too risky. That's way too risky for me, especially for this deck. So I said no. He goes ahead, plays a Johnny Welcome, and I'm like, oh my god, is this a Johnny deck? And a Johnny deck with maybe some new spell card. And I remember my deck is about months old, since before February, and these decks has new spell cards that even I don't have. So I am always at a great big disadvantage, but that's fine. The deck is not meant to win, it's meant to troll, but later on you'll be surprised. Again, I go ahead and have a 2/2 into the field so I can protect my life points. That's a new card, right? I think that's a new card. I'm not sure. Or maybe that's a card that was just added in there. But anyway, he goes right ahead and attacks my my Jace, and I'm trying to protect my life points. All I need is a spell card, a spell destroying card, and I can't draw it. So I use divination to draw 2 cards, pay 3. Whatever. Go ahead and pump it, and then I wait. Now I know he's going to attack me with the biggest guy and then a small one. He almost made that mistake and did not attack me with the biggest guy. But again, he corrected his mistake. He went ahead and took it back and said, no, I'm going to give 4 for your life points, 3 for your planeswalker. So I'm like, okay, I need it. Oh my god. Screw it. I need to draw some cards. First, I need to use Search of Arcansans so I can actually alternate whatever I draw on top. And then I need to do Notion Rain. I Scry 2, no spell cards. Throw them away. Please let me draw a spell card. Nope, no spell destroying card. Another Notion Rain. Okay, I'm going to get hit to the face. Right to the chin. So the opponent goes right ahead, hits me right in the chin, and then I got my first destroying spell card. I'm like, screw that. I'm not even going to wait for my opponent to have any anything on his turn or draw to a counter. I'm just going to destroy it straight away. And then after that, I said to myself, I'm going to go for another Notion Rain. I'm going to take 2 more damage. Ooh, I would have loved Chemistry Insight, but I know I can still use it later on. So I draw 2 cards. Perfect. 2 spell cards. One is Golden Demise, which allows you negative 2/2 on everything. So as he draws massive amount of creatures in the field, I can use that. But again, I stay calm. I kept Elders and transform my Search of Arkansas. Elders Reborn. If you only have 1 creature, you have to mandatory sacrifice it. The next turn, he has to discard a card, and on the 3rd turn I can actually take a card from his graveyard and add it to my field. I use Sovereign Rain so I can get some health, and he lose some health, and again he takes it away before I can get to my turn, so he exiled it, keep it away. I'm like, it's fine. Now we're both slow. We're both starting slow. Primary Amulet into the field, and he didn't get to actually take that away. So I actually baited him into something else instead of the Primary Amulet. He doesn't know what he's getting into it. Boom. Counter it. I get 1 counter Primary Amulet. If Primary Amulet gets, I think, 4 of them, he flips, and any spell card I use, I can duplicate its effect. So again, I wait around and see what else he's going to put on field. He only drew into mana, and Shalival then comes into the field again. He really wants that on field. It makes everything hexproof. I cannot keep that on the field. Vraska's Contempt. Exile that out of the field, and I gain 2 life points, so I'm still safe. I use my Chemistry Insight real quickly. I could have used it with the Primary Amulet, but I need to make sure that Primary Amulet gets close to flipping. I see the the Predator, and I don't flip my Search of Arkansas. You can't have 2 legendary on the field. If I flip that Search of Arkansas, it's over for me. Not Predator has hexproof, 3/3 Death Touch. So if you attack me, it'll destroy your creature. And if you're stronger, you'll destroy your creatures too. But destroy my creature. But again, it's better to have this. Transfer my Primary Amulet and destroy his card. And now it gets to the good point, because I'm going to be using the Search of Arkansas' second ability when it flips, which allows me to look at the 4 or 5 cards, 4 cards, and then look for a spell. And I saw Thought of Erasure. That allows me to look at his hand, and also allows me to Scry, which allows me to look at my deck. If I don't like it, I can throw it in the graveyard. Now I activate Primate Wellspring ability, which I pay 1 black or 1 blue, and then as soon as I use the card, it duplicates it. So now I do a Thought of Erasure. I can look into his hand, throw it out, and look into my deck and see if I want the card. Nope. Look to his hand, throw it out, and look at it, and now I have Chemistry Insight. I was perfect. The trolling begins. 3 damage to your life points. What do you have? He draws a card, and he puts another card on the field. I'm like, okay, that's not a problem. Again, Search of Arkansas, because I want that card into my hand, and then I get to cycle the mana that is coming out in the future. So again, I saw that, throw it to the graveyard, Chemistry Insight, and then I made a mistake because I didn't use the Primal Well. And I'm like, okay, let me use Primal Well. Chemistry Insight, again, discard card from my hand, Golden Demise, I don't need it. Double the draw. So now I draw a 4 card. Now I had the biggest advantage in my hand. He stand no chance because I have biggest advantage. But again, he actually feels very confident and start putting some cards down. And on my turn, I'm like, that's all you have? Okay. So I'm going to keep the Treasure Map. Now, Treasure Map allows me to also Scribe, but when he has 3 counters, it becomes a flips. It can be used for mana, and it has a second ability that I can actually use the treasure instead of mana. I can destroy the treasure, and it allows me to draw. Very, very, very great card. So again, I am pumping up. He doesn't feel threatened, of course, but then I look for my next Primary Amulet, and that's how I defeat my opponent. In their deck, I used to, I don't think, maybe I don't have it anymore, maybe I do. I used to have this card that hits you for 20 damage, and it doubles it, so it hits you for 40 damage, so I can multiply that later. But again, I do have Surveying, the Surveying Bites, which deals 3 damage, and all I need to do is copy it twice, and then hits you in your face. I do have Divix Cover-Up, which allows me to grab those 2 cards in the graveyard and drop it back in my deck. So there's no chance to winning if he doesn't start pulling out some awesome card. But if he does, I have Murder, I have Price of Fame to destroy it, I have Sabotage to counter it. He's dead, no chance. So now all I'm doing right now is trying to get those pump cards into the, what's it called? I'm trying to get those Primary Amulet counters. Once I have those Primary Amulet counters, I'm going to use Surveying Veiled, and I was about to use it, but I'm like, let me get him low enough first. So once I get him low enough to at least 6 life points, I can go ahead and finish him off. He's going to see it coming. He knows I have Surveillance on my deck, and he knows I'm going to destroy him that way. So I have him to 6 life points. All I need to do is get my the Primate Amulet to get to flipped, and then once I have 2 Primate Amulet and activate both of them, I can get him with 6 damage, and I gain 6 life points to myself. So now I start throwing all these cards. He can see it. It's in the graveyard. He can see all these cards. He goes ahead and tries to use Comrades. I counter it, and I get another counter. So I'm showing him you have nothing. There's nothing you can do. You're trapped. I control your destiny. The fate of Wheel is on my side. So again, I go ahead and try to destroy my guy, and he sees it, and he's like, screw this, I'm out. And the reason why he says screw this, I'm out, is because he knows I'm going to finish him off with the flip of the Primate Amulet. And that pretty much is the trolling build. And I'm actually going to maybe put it out somewhere around here, and I'm going to end this video because that was fun. If you'd like to enjoy more of the MTG Arena, please like, press subscribe, or share my video. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.